I want to thank your former governor and your current vice president, and he and Karen are doing an unbelievable job for our nation. Thank you, Mike. You're making Indiana proud, and we are all making America proud. We are rocking. We are rocking. So I'm thrilled to be here tonight with the incredible, hardworking patriots of the Hoosier State. Hoosier. And I don't know if you see what's going on outside, but you have a lot of people outside that want to get in, but they're not getting in because this place is packed. This place is packed. This is truly an exciting time for our country. Jobs are booming. Remember? I told you. Confidence is soaring, and optimism is at the top of every chart. This is a great time for our country. A lot of things happening every day. We are unlocking new opportunities for prosperity and for peace. All of these changes are happening because America is being respected again. At 2 a.m., early this morning, and by the way, I got back to the White House at 4:30 a.m., and somebody said, "Oh, that's okay. You can cancel Indiana Tonight." And I said, "You just don't know the people of Indiana. I don't have the courage to cancel." But at 2 o'clock in the morning, I had the incredible honor of greeting 3 brave Americans who had been held in North Korea, and we welcomed them back home the proper way. And on June 12th, in Singapore, I'll be meeting with Kim Jong-un to pursue a future of peace and security for the world, for the whole world. And the relationship is good. But you remember everybody in the fake news where they were saying, he's going to get us into a nuclear war. He's going to get us into a nuclear war. And you know what gets you into nuclear wars? And you know what gets you into other wars? Weakness. Weakness. So the relationship is good, and hopefully, I mean, for all of us, for the world, hopefully something very good is going to happen, and they understand it's very important for them. It's important for everybody. So Japan, South Korea, China, everybody, I think it's going to be a very big success. But my attitude is, and if it isn't, it isn't, okay? If it isn't, it isn't, but... And you have to have that because you don't know. We're not going to be walked into an Iran deal where the negotiator, John Kerry, refused to leave the table. What a deal. What a deal. But here at home, the great news keeps rolling in. 3.3 million new jobs since election. Now, if during the election, and by the way, how great is Coach Bobby Knight? How great? Oh, we love our coach. Remember, he came in, he called me before I was running. I didn't know him. They said, Bobby Knight's on the phone. I said, what does he want with me? I never announced. I was thinking, but I guess he read, and he said, Mr. Trump, I hope you're going to run. I said, check and see whether or not this is Coach Knight. But actually, when I heard that voice, I knew it was Coach Knight. You can't duplicate that. And I took his number. I said, Coach, I'm thinking about it. He said, you're gonna win. If you run, and does he know about winning? And if you run, you're gonna win. So anyway, I put his number down, and I was coming to this area. By that time, we had a big lead, but they said Indiana. And a friend of mine said, if you could get Coach Knight, that would be a great thing. I said, you know, he called me like a year ago. Let me see if I can find his number. And on my left, I had a pile of papers like this high. And I said, let me see. I lifted up thousands of pages of junk. Some actually pretty important. And I lifted it up, and there's this little thing, Bobby Knight's cell phone number. Isn't that great? Right? And I go, bum, 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 ba, 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 ba. And he picks up the phone, and he said, I've been waiting for you to call. Believe that? And he came here, and we sold, I don't know what the hell that arena was, but it was a big one. And they went crazy. And Lou Holtz and Coach Katie, right? Coach Katie, Lou Holtz, we had them all. Coach, by the way, not from this area, but he's one of the greats of all time, Coach Belichick, right? Great guy. We got to love him. No, we love him. We love him. He knows how to win also. But we had a lot of coaches. They like us. They understand winning and they like us. And that's what we've been doing. And if we would have told you during the campaign that we would create 3.3 million jobs in the short time, everybody back there, the fake news media, look at all of them. They're fake news. Everybody back there would have said, can you imagine? He's saying we're going to create 3.3 million. Can you believe it? We would have been, but you know what? We understand. We understand. And today, in the history of our country, just came out, right? We have the most jobs available in the history of our country. Just came out. I like that. We like that. We like that a lot because we have a truly great country, and I've been promising you those kind of numbers. The unemployment rate is at the lowest level since the turn of the century. African American unemployment has reached the lowest level in the history of our country. Remember, I used to read stats. Hispanic, African American stats. And I'd read, and it said, high crime rate, lousy education, this. I'd read like 6. And one day in front of a massive crowd, 25, 30,000 people, I said, vote for me. What the hell do you have to lose? And you know what? They did. They did. Remember that? And my people all said, oh, that was not nice. I said, it's true. Because the Democrats, who are just obstructionists, that's all they can do. The Democrats have had a lock on the Hispanic vote, and they've had a lock on the African American vote. No longer. So the Hispanic unemployment, likewise, is the lowest, think of it, in the history of our country. It's the lowest. So you have African American, Hispanic, women. Do we love women? Women. The lowest unemployment rate in 18 years. I'm sorry we didn't make it in history, but we're catching it. It'll soon happen. I'm disappointed with that. Can you imagine? My most disappointing stat is women. It's the lowest unemployment rate in 18 years because all of the others are history. But I have a feeling the women will soon be history, too, because that's what's happening. And all of the great momentum that we're having as a country on jobs, on safety, on security, on our military, it's all at stake in November. You know, I don't think we've ever done better as a country. Certainly the economy and lots of other things. Look at all those beautiful red hats. Those beautiful red hats. Lift them up. Boy, oh boy. And I like the white ones too. Make America great again. Lift those whites up there. But it can disappear quickly. You know, what we did was unprecedented in the history of our country, really in the history of the world, what we did with this election. And the strides that we're making have never, ever been made like this before. But it can also disappear if you put fools and if you put the wrong people in. It can disappear. I mean, Nancy Pelosi said yesterday she wants to end the tax cuts and raise your taxes. I said, tell me, is that like good politics? You know, it's not about politics, but think of that from a political standpoint. I don't think her party was too happy. But you know what? That's her thought. That's what they want to do. They want to raise your taxes, end your tax cuts. They want to have open borders where everyone flies into our country. That's not happening. So this week, you nominated an incredible slate of Republican candidates, many of whom I know. And you have to work every day between now and November to elect more Republicans so that we continue making America great again. And by the way, this is the first for Indiana. Our new slogan for 2020, you know what it is? Keep America great. Keep America great. Because we're doing so well that in another 2 years, when we start the heavy campaign, Make America Great Again wouldn't work out too well, right? It's going to be Keep America Great, because that's exactly where we're heading. But don't tell anybody. I don't want anybody to know. We want to save that for a surprise. But I do like that. And you know what I paid for that slogan? You know, a lot of these people, the politicians they run, they pay millions of dollars for ideas like that. How much did I pay for that? Zippo, Zippo. And I have great respect for the process. But in all fairness, Obama, President Obama, paid $1.8 billion for hostages. You, not me, you, last night you saw it. And again, it's leading to some very big things. And I think that Kim Jong-un did a great service to himself, to his country, by doing this. But those hostages came out with respect. We didn't pay for them. We're going to set the table. We're going to make a great deal for the world, for North Korea, for South Korea, for Japan, for China. So what he did was the right thing. But they came out for nothing, and the others came out for $1.8 billion in cash. Can you believe that? We're honored to be joined by a friend of mine and somebody who's done a really, really good job, somebody that's respected very, very highly, Senator Todd Young. Todd. Where's Todd? Where is he? See? That's a great politician. He doesn't even want a good location. He is of the people. Thank you, Todd. We also welcome the largest vote winner in Indiana history, except for Trump. Attorney General Curtis Hill. Where's Curtis? Good man. He's done a great job. A woman who has been of tremendous help on the tax cuts, on getting rid of regulation, which maybe is just as important. Right, Jackie? What do you think? Jackie Walorski. Jackie. Done a great job. And some congressmen who have been incredible. Larry Bouchon. Where's Larry? Larry, great job. Congressman Jim Banks. By the way, somebody that just fought an incredible campaign, a really good guy, and I'm not sure I would have been here. You know, we're talking 2 days ago. Very effective, a terrific man, Congressman Todd Rokita. Thank you, Todd. Great job, too. He fought tough. They all fought tough. That was a tough race. But we have somebody here who won that race, but we'll talk about him in a second. Let me also congratulate 2 of our new Republican nominees for Congress. First, a proud Army veteran who earned 2 Purple Hearts, Jim Baird. Jim's going to really do well. Jim. Great, Jim. And second, a man that I know Mike has been rooting for a long time. I'll tell you, Mike loves his brother, who won by a very big margin. I don't know, was that a bigger margin than Mike Pence won by? I don't know, Mike. That was a big margin. Greg Pence. Greg. Finally, a big congratulations for Indiana's new Republican nominee for the United States Senate, Mike Braun. That was a good race. Get up here, Mike. How about we let Mike for a second interrupt my speech? Is that okay? Come on, Mike. Great job.
One of the neatest experiences of my life was spending 30 minutes riding with the president. And you wouldn't believe the advice you get, and it's great advice, and I'm going to incorporate it. Yeah. You know, when I started this journey almost a year ago, I traveled the state, spent a lot of time in the North, and wanted to make sure this was going to end up with a good result. Would not have done it if I wasn't inspired by what this man did in 2016. He cleared the field systematically, and really that was the inspiration for doing it. And I can guarantee you, when I get there, I'm doing it for the right reasons. I'm a businessman and an outsider, just like our president. And you can count on me to be a true reinforcement and the guy that is going to retire Joe Donnelly. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. And we need Mike Braun in the Senate, and that's going to happen. That's going to happen. He's an incredible guy and ran a really incredible race. Now, if Joe Donnelly, Sleeping Joe, and the Democrats get back into power, remember what I said. They will raise your taxes. Who wants to raise your taxes? They will destroy your jobs, and they are going to knock the hell out of your borders, and that's already. We have the worst immigration laws in the history of mankind. We're slowly getting them changed. We want to make it quick. So give me some reinforcements, please, okay? Last week, as an example, the deputy chair of the Democratic National Committee, Congressman Keith Ellison, you know him? Marched in a parade wearing a T-shirt that read, he was very proud of it, "I do not believe in borders." But I have a lot of respect for Keith Ellison. You know why? Does everyone know why? So when I announced on June 16th, he was being interviewed by George Stephanopoulos on ABC. And in the interview, this was a couple of days after I announced, and Keith Ellison said, "You know he's going to win, don't you?" True. Right, Mike? He's true. He said, "You know he's going to win." And George and somebody else there, I won't mention the name. Go ahead. They smiled a little bit, respectfully. But Keith Ellison, he said he is going to win. And essentially, he was sort of indicating, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do, and that's what we did. So, in one sense, I have to respect him. He said he's going to win. So you can never dislike a guy like that, can we? But they've got a big problem. A vote for a Democrat in November is a vote for those borders, and we have to do something strong. We are going to build the wall. We are already starting the wall. We're going to build the wall. You know, we've already started. We got $1.6 billion. We're fixing a lot of it. We're in San Diego. So here's a case study. San Diego wants the wall. And I said to my people, here's the bad news. If we give them the wall, we don't have an advocate. If we don't give them the wall, they're going to be putting a lot of pressure on Governor Moonbeam in California. Right? But you know what I did? Something I would normally not do, which means in life I'm getting nicer as I get older. I said, let's build a wall for San Diego, so we're building them the wall. I shouldn't have done it. Actually, I sort of changed my mind after we started. I called my people. I said, how much would it cost to stop building the wall in San Diego so they go out and advocate for us because they're desperate for their wall, because they don't like people running over their front yards and all of the problems, right? Including, by the way, massive amounts of crime. I said, how much would it cost to stop? I'm in the construction business, is what I do best. They got back to me, they said, sir, it'll cost approximately $7 million to stop. Now, that's not big numbers when you hear about the numbers we talk about. $7 million to stop and restart it at a later date. I said, I can't do that to the American people. Keep building the wall, right? So we're building the wall, but we're getting it all done. We're going to get rid of catch and release. We're going to get rid of the lottery system. We're going to go eventually, when I get the votes, I need Republicans, we're going to go eventually to a merit-based system of immigration. Merit. You come in on merit. Your senator, Joe Donnelly, voted against enhanced vetting. Think of that. What in the world would anybody be doing voting against enhanced vetting? Why? And he opposed a measure to block illegal immigrants from getting welfare. And now you have places where they want to give college tuition to illegal immigrants, and your own kids can't get it. Your own kids can't get it. Joe Donnelly voted no on tax cuts, no on better health care, and he voted no on canceling job-killing regulations, which may be even more important than those incredible tax cuts. But he voted yes on something that we are systematically taking down. We got rid of the individual mandate. We have great plans coming out. He voted yes for failed Obamacare. And we're doing everything to keep those premiums down. But it's a failed experiment, Obamacare. But wait till you see the plans we have coming out literally over the next 4 weeks. We have great health care plans coming out, but we got rid of the individual mandate. Joe Donnelly will do whatever Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi tell him what to do. They don't ask him. They don't ask him. They tell him. They don't say, will you? They say, Joe, this is the way you're going to vote. Mike Braun will be a great, great representative of the people of Indiana. Mike Braun is a winner. Great businessman, by the way. Very successful businessman. Mike Braun will fight for the values that bind us all together as Americans. We support law and order, and we support the heroes in law enforcement. They're great. They're great. And they will tell you surplus military equipment, right? We have it by the hundreds of millions of dollars sitting in warehouses getting old. Some of the best stuff anywhere in the world. And past administrations said, no, we can't give that to law enforcement. Someday somebody's going to explain why, but I sort of get it. But it's not a good reason. It's about a 1% reason. We have a 99%. That equipment is being transferred all over the United States to our police and our law enforcement professionals. And we already have it. The other side said, but it's too good. It's too good. It's already paid for. We defend the Second Amendment. And don't kid yourself, it is under siege. We defend the right to self-defense. Never believe that your Second Amendment is not under siege. We believe that a strong nation must have strong borders. We have pride in our history and respect for our great American flag.